Hello children. In the last videos of Act 1 Scene 2, we saw Prospero, who is the rightful Duke of Milan, stands outside his cave with his daughter Miranda, watching the storm. Miranda pities the seafarers, saying that she suffered with those whom she saw suffering. She pleads her father to calm the waters by using his magical powers. Prospero assures her and tells her that the shipwreck has not injured anyone, and he begins to tell the story of her childhood. He tells her that 12 years ago he was the rightful Duke of Milan and she was his only heir. She was a princess. Prospero had a younger brother, Antonio, whom he entrusted the business of handling the affairs of the state while he himself spent time in reading the books. Unfortunately, while Prospero was neglecting his responsibilities as a duke and concentrating on his studies, Antonio was busy in making plans to seize the dukedom for himself. Antonio persuaded Alonso to help him, and he in turn promised that as a duke he would pay annual tribute to Naples. Let's see what happens next after that. Miranda says, "Oh, the heavens! Oh my God! Prospero, mark his condition. Think about this pact, about this settlement he made with King Alonso, and the event, and about what happened as a consequence of it. Then tell me if this might be a brother. Then tell me if Antonio can really be thought of as a brother. Miranda, I should sin to think but nobly of my grandmother. I would be wicked, father, if I had anything other than good thoughts about my grandmother, about your mother. Good wombs have borne bad sons, but good women sometimes give birth to bad sons. Prospero, now the condition. Now listen to outcome of their secret alliance. The king of Naples being an enemy to me, inveterate. Inveterate means confirmed, long standing. He says, the king of Naples being an enemy to me, inveterate means the king of Naples who had always been an enemy of mine, hearkens my brother's suit. He listened to my brother's request, which was that he, in lieu of the premises of homage, Antonio asked that the king, in return for his oath of loyalty, and I know not how much tribute, and however much money he paid to the king each year, that I don't know, should presently extirpate me and mine out of the dukedom. Extirpate means remove, drive away. And he also says, he would immediately remove me and all of my immediate family, that was only you, Miranda, from Milan, and confer fair Milan with all the honors on my brother, and then give the dukedom to my brother. Whereon a treacherous army levied. A treacherous army levied. Levied means mustered. Alright. Whereon a treacherous army levied. So then they raised an army to pull off this treachery. One night fated to the purpose, at midnight on the date they had chosen to act, did Antonio open the gates of Milan. Antonio opened the gates of Milan, and in the dead of darkness, and in the deep darkness, the ministers for the purpose hurried thence me and thy crying self. Ministers means messengers. agents. He says the agents he had chosen for this job, they rushed me and you crying. You were crying that time, Miranda, out of there. Then Miranda feels pity and she says, Alack for pity. Alas, how sad. I not remembering how I cried out then. I can't even remember that I was crying and how I was crying. Will cry it over again. But now I will cry about it all over again. It is a hint that rings mine eyes to it. Hint means occasion, and rings means forces tears from. This story wrings tears from my eyes, Father, so I am feeling to cry over it again. Prospero, hear a little further, listen to a little more, and then I will bring thee to the present business. What is the present business? Present situation, which now's upon. And then I will tell you everything up to our current situation, without the which this story were most impertinent. Impertinent means irrelevant, which is the entire reason why it's necessary for me to tell you this story at all. Miranda asks her father here, and she asks, wherefore did they not that hour destroy us? When they had everything in their hands, when they had the power, when they had people in their support, why didn't they just kill us when they took us from Milan? Prospero feels very happy and he says, well demanded, wench. Wench means girl. Good question, my dear girl. My tale provokes that question. My story does indeed bring up that question. The way I have narrated this story, because of that you have raised this question. And I'm very happy. Dear, they durst not. My dear, they didn't dare to destroy us. So dear the love my people bore me, because I was so loved by the people of Milan, nor set a mark so bloody on the business. And Antonio and Alonso had to keep any blood from staining their actions. But with colors fairer painted their foul ends, and they had to hide their evil goals behind a prettier picture. In few, they hurried us aboard a bark. In short, they hurried us onto a ship, bore us some leagues to sea. Leagues is what? It is a measure of distance, about approximate, say, 3 miles, 5 kilometers. Bore us some leagues to sea and carried us a few miles out to sea, where they prepared a rotten carcass of a butt. Carcass is dead body and butt is a boat. And there they had prepared a rotten shell of a boat, not rigged, not tackle, sail, nor mast, that had no ropes, equipment, sails, or a mast. The very rats instinctively have quit it. Even the rats had abandoned it when they sensed its likelihood to sink. They lowered us down into the water. There they hoist us into such type of a boat they put us, to cry to the sea that roared to us. We were left there to cry out to the sea, which just roared back at us. To sigh to the winds, we sighed in sadness to the wind, whose pity sighing back again, which sighed back in pity, did us but loving wrong, and in doing so, it buffeted us with winds that, no matter how loving, only made us more uncomfortable. Miranda, alack, what trouble was I then to you? My God, what trouble I must have been to you then? Prospero, no, you were like a cherubim. Cherubim is an angel. Oh, a cherubim, thou wast that did preserve me. Oh no, you were a little angel who kept me alive. Thou didst smile, infused with a fortitude from heaven. You were a little angel who kept me alive. You used to give me some positive energy which I used to feel coming to me from the heaven. When I have decked the sea with drops full salt, when I cried salty tears into the ocean and groaned under my burden, and I groaned under my burden, which raised in me an undergoing stomach. Undergoing stomach means enduring spirit. You smiled, and with the strength and the courage that I used to feel coming right from heaven, it used to give me something, some energy because of which I could endure everything, to bear up against what should ensue. That, and it gave me the courage to face whatever was going to come. Miranda, how came we ashore? How did we land here, Father? He says, by providence divine. With the help of God, we came here. Some food we had and some fresh water. We had some food and some fresh water that a noble Neapolitan Gonzalo, out of his charity, a noble man from Naples, his name was Gonzalo, out of charity provided us these things, who being then appointed master of this design, he had been put in charge of the task of abandoning us at sea. He did give us with rich garments, linens, stuffs, and necessaries which since have steaded much. Steaded means helped. He provided us clothes, linens, supplies, and other necessities that have over the years been so useful. So of his gentleness, also he was so noble and kind. Knowing I loved my books, since he knew how much I loved my books, he furnished me from mine own library with volumes that I prize above my dukedom. He gave me some books from my library that I value more than my dukedom. So this much is enough for today, children. We will continue the scene in the next video. Thank you.